Hello, everyone, and welcome to the College2Career Virtual College Fair. This is a liberal arts session. We are so excited to have you participating in this event. We have some fantastic schools here with us today. My name is Daisha. I will be your facilitator. Before we get started, I have a few housekeeping items to share with you. First, your microphone and your camera are off, so the panelists today will not be able to see or hear you. However, you can communicate with them using the Q&A button on your screen. Please feel free to type any questions you have for our presenters at any time, and they will be able to respond to you directly. This is one of many different sessions happening today, so be sure to check out the schedule on the website. We will be recording today's session, and it will be available at college2career.org. So if you are not able to watch it live, you'll be able to revisit it and watch on demand, as well as any other sessions you didn't get to attend. So now I'd like to turn it over to our first presenter, Bishop's University.
Well, hello. It's a great pleasure to be here. My name is Bruce Gilbert. I'm wearing an orange shirt today because it's the National Truth and Reconciliation holiday with Indigenous people here in Canada. Bishop's University is a very small liberal arts college in Sherbrooke, Quebec. And if you know that much about Canada, Quebec is the French-speaking part of Canada, although Bishop's itself is an English-speaking university. And so we have lots of students from across North America and Europe, lots of students from the United States who want a small liberal arts college experience. The program that we have used to be focused primarily on historical themes, you know, the great books idea of moving through Western civilization. And a few years after working through that, we decided to change to a thematic orientation, to great big problems of Western civilization and indeed other civilizations as well. And the idea there is that we want to focus on things that are of universal concern to human beings. So just to give you an example, we have a series of foundation courses on the undeniably important themes like love and friendship, like the beautiful, like the experience of the divine, like the human relationship with nature. And in each one of those courses, we have a very specific orientation that's both interdisciplinary and historical. You know, if you think about the fact that we rely on engineers to build bridges for us, but the rest of us don't need to know much about building bridges. Well, that's not true for the core themes of liberal arts. With respect to love, for example, every human being needs to learn something about love in order to love their friends, their family members, other members of their society, romantic relationships. And so at the same time, as being universal of concern for every single person, it's also the case that you couldn't possibly understand what love is just from the point of view of any one department at a university. You would consult psychology, of course, you would consult philosophy, history, music, poetry, and so on. And so what we try and do is build foundation courses around these great themes that draw on all of our tradition, all the way back to the ancient Greeks and often elsewhere as well as on all the different departments that might make an extraordinarily important contribution to understanding what each of these themes is. Well, as I say, it's a very small university. And so we have very small classes. That means students who come here right off the bat are in very small, intimate connection with each other. First year class for liberal arts majors will only have something in the neighborhood of 10 to 15 students in it. And so you get a wonderful amount of contact with other students and with your professors. And I have to say, for myself, for example, having been trained in big universities like the University of Toronto and Penn State, it's wonderful to work at a small liberal arts college because I get to know my students so well, my colleagues so well, and it is really a very high quality intellectual experience for us. I might add a few other quick layers to the kind of work that we do. There is a great international focus to the liberal arts program as well. We have what's called a social justice and citizenship minor. And that means students not only take a series of courses in involvement in community and society, but also do an internship And those internships include local internships right here in the town of Lennoxville at Sherbrooke, Quebec, all the way as far away as India and Brazil, with many places in between. We have indeed some international courses that students can take that, for example, study the landless workers movement of Brazil, and that includes a trip to Brazil as part of your studies. And we try and provide scholarships so that liberal arts majors can, in every case, attend at least one of these international courses, which even if they're beyond their financial means, they would be able to receive financial aid from the university so that they could do that. So just to sum up, I think my 6 minutes is wrapping up. Welcome you to get in touch with me. My name is Bruce Gilbert again, bgilbert@ubishops.ca if you'd like to learn more about bishops. If you're from the United States, to come up to Canada and see what it's like in this beautiful part of Quebec called the Eastern Townships, please don't hesitate to get in touch with me. And thanks very much for participating in this webinar. Take care.
Thank you, Bishop's University. Our next institution is the University of Strathclyde.
Hi everyone, thanks very much. Good afternoon to where you all are at the moment. Just share my screen, bear with me a second. There we are. So my name is Melissa Cunningham. I am the Senior International Officer at the University of Strathclyde, which, as you can probably tell from my accent, is in Glasgow in Scotland. A little bit about the university itself. We're quite an old institution. We were founded in 1796, just at the end of the Scottish Enlightenment. We were founded as a place for useful learning. We're quite a large university. We have over 23,000 students from over 100 different countries, and a few accolades that we're really proud of over the past couple of years. We have been recognised as Times Higher Education UK University of the Year, not once, but twice, in 2019 and back in 2012. So we are the only UK university to have won this award twice now. We were also Scottish University of the Year 2020. Also won Queen's Anniversary Prize last year as well, which is one of the most prestigious awards in our sector. We won this for energy innovation. And more recently as well, and I think this is the best one, we're fourth in the UK in terms of student satisfaction. So our students rate us really highly in terms of student life, in terms of teaching and research that they get involved in as well. So where are we? As I mentioned, we're in Glasgow, which is Scotland's biggest city. We're a population of about 600,000. We have an international airport, which is a 20-minute drive from our campus. And we're also situated about a 45-minute bus or train ride from Edinburgh, which is the capital of Scotland. We are known as a very friendly city. We love to welcome people from all over the globe to our city. We are the UNESCO City of Music, which means that we've been recognised in terms of the hundreds of gigs and concerts that we organise per week. So we have 130 gigs and concerts on average per week. And we also have lots of different sports activities. Our facilities are state of the art. And for that reason, we have welcomed different events over the past couple of years, most notably the Commonwealth Games and the European Championships. In terms of our campus size, you can see here it's a self-contained campus located in the downtown area of Glasgow. And we are between a 5 to 10 minute walk of all the main bus and train stations. In terms of campus investment, over the past 10 years, we have invested close to £1 billion in renovating our facilities. So we have lots of new buildings, lots of renovated, refurbished areas like our library, for example, our Technology and Innovation Centre, where we work on, where we have close links with industry and local government there. Students can get involved in our research that goes on there as well. And more recently, our Learning and Teaching building, which has just opened up. And this is going to be a one-stop shop for students. All of our international student support and our student union and our student association is going to be located there too. So in terms of studying here at Strathclyde, we do have 4 faculties, but I will concentrate more on humanities and social sciences and what you know obviously as liberal arts. In terms of our subject rankings, I just want to highlight that we have 23 subject areas which have been ranked top 10 in the UK. And what I've highlighted here are some of the liberal arts programmes that are top 10, such as social policy, English education, politics, social work, communication and media studies. It's important to note that in Scotland, we have a 4-year degree structure. In the rest of the UK, England, Wales, Northern Ireland, it's a 3-year degree structure. In Scotland, it's 4, much like the American system. We at Strathclyde have over 200 degree course combinations, and in terms of humanities and social sciences, you can study a range of options. So there's no gen ed. I'll show you the next slide because that actually demonstrates a little bit better in terms of visuals. But basically, you come onto the course, you choose 3 subjects in your first year. In second year, you drop that down to 2 subjects. And then it's after the second year, you decide what you want to major in. So you can choose to major in 1 subject only or 2 subjects, which would be your double major as you know it. We call it here in the UK joint honours. Just to give you an example of how flexible our degree programmes are, you can study professional degrees. So for example, medicine, dentistry, law. In the UK, these are all bachelor's or undergraduate programmes. I myself started studying law and I graduated in French and Spanish. So that's how flexible our degrees are. In terms of the subjects here at Strathclyde, the JI stands for Joint Honours, that's a double major, and these are the degree combinations that you can do at Strathclyde. So you can see also that you can study certain liberal arts subjects with economics, maths, marketing. So some of our subjects within our Faculty of Science and our business school as well. Again, offering really great flexibility. To sum up as well, in terms of the application process, visit our web pages. You can apply directly through our course web pages, or you can apply through UCAS, which is the UK application system. We operate a test optional and flexible entry criteria for 2022. We accept the IB as well. We are comparable to out-of-state fees in terms of tuition, and our cost of living, Glasgow is one of the cheaper cities in which to live. So it is a great option for you. We do have scholarships and we do accept FAFSA and federal aid. We have on-campus housing as well and lots of different support mechanisms for our students. I'll pop my contact details into the chat. Thanks very much everyone for listening to me.
Thank you, University of Strathclyde. Our next institution is Pacific University, Oregon.
All right, hello everyone. Thank you so much for being here today. My name is Chandler and I am one of the admissions counselors here at Pacific University, Oregon, and I'm so excited to share more with you about Pacific. So Pacific University is located here in Forest Grove, Oregon, which is about 30 minutes west of downtown Portland, Oregon. So really easy to get into the city, try new foods, go shopping, even attend a Blazers or a Timbers game, basketball or soccer. But then we're also located only about an hour from the Oregon coast. So really great opportunities to go hiking, even surfing. It is a little bit chilly here on the Oregon coast, but you can surf. And then we are located we're located right next to the Tillamook Forest. So awesome hiking trails there as well. If you enjoy skiing and snowboarding, it's only about 2 hours from Mount Hood. So really great ways for our students to kind of get out into nature and explore off campus, but then easily get back to campus or into the city. We're also located about 15 minutes from the Silicon Forest, as we like to call it. So this houses things such as Nike's world headquarters, 5 different Intel campuses. So students really like to take advantage of the internship and research opportunities located right here in the Portland metro area. So we are a small private liberal arts university. You can see there's a variety of majors, minors, and pre-professional tracks that our students can focus in on. We have the College of Liberal Arts and Sciences, the College of Business, and the College of Education. And then we have a variety of graduate level programs as well. So it is common for students to come to Pacific, work towards that bachelor's degree, and then follow one of these pre-professional tracks into one of our graduate level programs. So Pacific's undergraduate student body is just under 1,900 undergraduate students and then just under 2,000 graduate students. So all of the undergraduate students will take their courses here on the Forest Grove campus. We do have smaller class sizes. So our average class size is around 19 students. Sometimes you'll have more, sometimes you'll have less. But we won't have those large 200, 300 person lecture halls here at Pacific. You'll have closer knit, communities within your classes. You'll have the opportunity to really connect with your professors. They'll get to know you on a personal level, get to know how they can support you throughout your bachelor's program in order to prepare you for that next step after your time here at Pacific. We have a 4-year graduation guarantee, which is super exciting. We want to make sure that you are getting through your degree, saving you time and money, and moving on to whatever that next step is for you. We are ranked as the top private research university in the Northwest and in the top 8 along the West Coast. So National Science Foundation looks at how much funding is provided to students for research opportunities on campus. And so we've received this top ranking. So that research can be kind of traditional, what you picture in a lab under a microscope, but there's a variety of research going on all across campus with our students. Some students are participating in educational research in our early learning center here on campus, while others might be supporting social science research in the Portland metro area. Our students here at Pacific are really active both inside the classroom and outside the classroom. So we have over 70 different student clubs or organizations. Our largest being our Hawaii club. So about 15 to 20% of our students are coming from the islands of Hawaii, which has a really awesome impact on our campus culture. They host the largest student-run luau on the mainland each year, drawing thousands of attendees, and any student can participate in that. We also have a variety of performing arts groups that you can take part in outside of your major in music, dance, and theater. And we are NCAA Division III for athletics. So you can participate in varsity athletics or intramural and club sports as well. We love when students kind of take what they're learning in the classroom and apply that outside. So our Outdoor Pursuits office hosts a variety of outdoor trips for new students, as well as weekend trips and spring break trips. You can rent gear from them to kind of go out, as I mentioned, to the mountains or the forest, the beach. We also have a variety of study abroad opportunities ranging from 1 semester to a full year, or you can participate in a travel course during winter term in January. And then students will commonly, get engaged with their communities and provide community service in the area. So I want to tell you about a few scholarships that you can participate in as you're applying to Pacific. So the main one is that Middle Academic Merit Scholarship. So we are state blind when it comes to awarding academic merit scholarship, meaning students coming from out of state will be given the same consideration for these merit scholarships as students coming from in the state of Oregon. These range from $15,000 to $27,000 per year for all 4 years. And we will be evaluating your full application, academic profile for admission, and then also considering you for one of these merit scholarships. We have senior preview scholarship days happening every week all throughout the fall. So I would love for all of you to attend one of these. We have them both in person and virtually. And just by attending, you'll actually earn a $1,000 scholarship per year for all 4 years here at Pacific. And then we have a variety of special interest and talent awards you can apply for as well. Again, my name is Chandler. Please feel free to email or call me with any questions you may have. We'd love to have you visit campus. I will also put my contact information in the chat for you to save for later. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Pacific University, Oregon. I'd like to send a quick reminder. We have the Q&A function available for you to ask any questions you have for our panelists today. So please feel free to send those over before the end of our session. Our next institution is the University of Alabama.
Hello, everyone. Roll Tide. My name is Kevin Payton. I'm the regional recruiter for the University of Alabama, based out of Southern California. I cover the greater Los Angeles area and also the state of Hawaii for UA. Some things to know about the university. We're a pretty large school. We have around 38,000 students. Around 32,000 of those students are going to be undergraduates. We're a public school as well. We're located in a city called Tuscaloosa, Alabama, lots of school spirit. A lot of people know us for our football team. We're pretty good. We just won our 18th national championship. We're ranked #1 again in football this year. So we're pretty excited about that. But we're also one of the leaders in terms of national merit scholar enrollment in the country. Not too many people know about that. We're actually #2 overall nationally. We have 940 national merit scholars currently enrolled on campus in Tuscaloosa. We've been ranked among the top 60 public universities, according to U.S. News and World Report, for more than the last decade. So very strong academics, very large Greek population on campus in Tuscaloosa. Around 34% of our students are involved in either a fraternity or sorority. So there's tons of ways to get involved on campus. And we do also offer some pretty generous out-of-state scholarships. We're a majority of out-of-state students. So we do offer, again, some pretty generous scholarship opportunities, which I'll talk about here in the next few minutes. Again, location, smaller college town called Tuscaloosa. It's about an hour southwest of Birmingham. That'd be the closest airport to fly into if you'd like to visit campus. Some students will fly into Atlanta as well, or also Tennessee if they're considering some other SEC schools. I really encourage students to visit really their top 3 or 4 schools. It's great to attend sessions like this and to hear from people like us, but once you narrow down your list and start to really find what's going to be the right fit for you, the best way to know ultimately what's the right fit for you is to visit some of these schools in person. So I highly encourage campus visits. If visiting in person is a little difficult, I understand that, especially right now. We do offer a virtual campus tour that students can take. It's through YouTube, but works best with the YouTube app, kind of like one of those 360-degree kind of virtual presentations. So feel free to go ahead and check that out. If you would like to come and visit us, please let me know a couple weeks ahead of time. I can send you a list of places to stay, places to eat, and places to explore. I can schedule a campus tour for you, and I can also work with you to visit with the specific academic department on campus as well. So reach out if you'd like to visit us in Tuscaloosa. Again, 940 national merit scholars currently enrolled on campus. We have over 200 different degree programs to choose from, 70 different majors. Most popular college on campus is going to be the College of Arts and Sciences, but also the Cloverhouse College of Business is a pretty popular college on campus as well. Strong nursing, strong education, recently renovated College of Engineering as well. We also have a program called New College where students can create their own major. So I think that's pretty cool. So really the options are endless at UA. We also are a Tier 1 research university. So if a student is looking to partner with faculty or staff on campus, there's going to be tons of opportunities to do that as well. One of my favorite things about UA is the campus resources that we offer. We're #2 overall for internship placement, #1 in the SEC. So a lot of our students end up graduating with real world work experience. I think partly because of that, we have a 90% success rate for recent graduates. So a lot of students end up finding employment pretty quickly, post-graduation employment or getting into graduate school, I should say. Also pretty awesome student support in terms of academic support, Capstone Center for Student Success and the Student Support Center. As I mentioned, we're a majority of out-of-state students. So a lot of students come to Alabama not knowing anyone. So we have a pretty awesome office of first-year experiences or first-year experience programs, I should say, that can help you meet people, make friends, and get involved. Because of that, our freshman retention rate's about 12% higher than the national average. So students are happy and excited to continue their degree programs at UA, and tons of other resources, as you can see on the screen as well. You can see here, again, I talked about some of our success outcomes, overall 90% within the first 6 months of graduation, #2 overall for internship placement. You can see where a lot of our students end up going post-graduation. Campus involvement is really important for students. As I mentioned, Greek life is a big thing at UA, with around 34% of our students being involved. There are around 11,000 students total. A lot of people think of the social aspect of Greek life, but fun fact at UA, our students that are involved actually have a higher GPA than students that are not. So they do a pretty good job of holding each other academically accountable and maintaining a high level of academic success. We also have 600 clubs and organizations for students to get involved with as well. So tons of opportunities to meet people, make friends, and get involved there. How to apply, new to us this year. We're now on the Common Application. I apologize. I have a 2-year-old co-host in the background, so I apologize for any noises you may hear in the background, but students can either apply through our admissions website, admissions.ua.edu/apply, or through the Common Application. There is a $40 application fee. There's no essay or letter of recommendation requirement. So it's not too difficult to complete. Now we do ask for short answer questions. Again, I apologize for the noise in the background. So we are doing holistic review now. So we will look at your GPA and test scores if you decide to submit them. We are test optional. But we'll also look for things like leadership, work experience, volunteerism, any hardships you may have had to overcome, you can share that with us as well. As I mentioned, we're test optional for fall 2022. I encourage students to apply by January 15th for competitive scholarship consideration. We really don't have a preference as far as if you decide to apply on our own website or the common application, whichever is most convenient for you. We do offer some pretty generous scholarships, as I mentioned, especially for our out-of-state students. As I mentioned, we're doing holistic review now. So as long as you apply by January 15th, it will automatically be considered for our competitive scholarships, which are based off of really your admissions application. So tell us as much about yourself as you can in that portion, and hopefully our scholarship committee can award you some funds there. But we also do offer automatic merit scholarships, which are based off of students' GPA and test score. So a student can see really what they qualify for in terms of automatic merit aid in theory before they even apply. So again, if a student has, let's say, a 3.5 GPA with a 29 in the ACT, you could automatically be awarded $15,000 per year. But we'll also take the competitive scholarship into consideration. So let's say our scholarship committee wants to award you $20,000, we'll award you the higher amount, and vice versa. So let's say if you qualify for $15,000 based off of your admissions application, our scholarship committee determines, then you end up submitting a qualifying test score, you qualify for $24,000, we'll award you the higher amount. So we want to do our best to award students as much as we can. There's my contact information. I'll drop it down in the chat, but I appreciate your time this morning or this afternoon or wherever you're located. Thank you all so much, and roll tide.
Thank you, University of Alabama. Our next institution is the University of Nevada, Las Vegas.
Good morning, good morning, afternoon, or whatever the time is for everybody. I'm Charshia Adams. Are you able to see the screen or hear me good? I've been having some technical difficulties. Awesome. You can? Awesome. So I'm Charshia Adams. I am the recruitment coordinator specifically for the College of Education here at UNLV. I do work separately than the Office of Admissions. And so my presentation will be about what we offer out of our college, but just general on the admissions process. We are a public funded university. So the admissions process, if you visit our website, www.unlv.edu, you can either have a 3.0 GPA, or an 1120 on your SAT or a 22 on your ACT. Any of those will get you accepted into UNLV. Now, specifically, if you are interested in the College of Education, we have 5 different programs that we offer available for our students on the undergraduate level. And the first is our Human Services program. This program is for students who want to, in some type of way, help or service students or go into some type of area of counseling. We do have a broad fields of study. This is a counseling-based program. So this is the only program out of our College of Education that does not lead you to a teaching license or in the classroom, if that is your avenue, but a super, super amazing way for students who don't quite know how they want to help people or know the term or the name of the degree that will really get you in that area of service and outreach. Human Services is going to be that academic pathway for you. Then we go into the actual education and teaching degrees. We offer early childhood education, pre-kindergarten through 2nd grade. So if you're interested and passionate about the young ones, then this is going to be that academic pathway for you. We are located in Las Vegas, Nevada. And if anyone knows anything about Las Vegas, the teaching market and the teaching area is super big out here. And we are always looking for students who are interested in teaching so we can springboard them into, if they decide to stay in Las Vegas after they graduate, into super successful careers within the school system out here. Then we roll into elementary education. This program is kindergarten through 8th grade. Again, within Las Vegas, if you are local, it helps you and allows you to teach kindergarten through 6th grade. So again, if you're in that elementary education and want to work in an elementary school type environment, then this is going to be that academic pathway for you. Then we have our secondary education program, and this is where it's going to break up into specific teaching fields. We have a lot of students who have already identified in what areas they want to teach. So we have art, biological sciences, English, general science, mathematics, physical science, social studies, and sport and physical activity. So if you know that you want to work in that 7th grade through 12th grade age range of student, then secondary education is going to be that academic pathway for you. And the last program that we offer out of the College of Education is going to be our special education degree. You can have the generalist degree that gives you the credentials to teach kindergarten through 2nd grade. We always emphasize the diverse field experience that comes along with special education, because we have a lot of students by the time or the end of their 4 years that have identified what types of student they want to work with. If the student has autism or other intellectual disabilities, they have identified that throughout their field experience. And we just try to get our students set up as best as possible so they can navigate into career or navigate into their master's degree program if they so choose. So here at the University of Nevada, Las Vegas specifically, we do have over about 30,000 students at our college in general, specifically in the College of Education. That can be very overwhelming. So what does the class size look like for our students, right? We keep our class sizes 30 students to 35 students. So we're able to really offer smaller class sizes, that more hands-on experience for our students, so they aren't overwhelmed with coming to a university that has so many other students. And then what other ways are we able to support our students specifically throughout the College of Education? And this would be in addition to all of the other support resources that are offered from UNLV in general. So on the academic support side, we do have our TDRL library that is specifically 100% catered to students in the College of Education. It has all the books that you need. You can go in and use whatever the resources are there. It's a complete computer lab, and all of it is specifically catered to the classes that you take throughout your degree. And then we offer tutoring, coaching, and workshops. We are having a big emphasis on our resume writing, mock interviews, and social media training. We are living in a social media time, and we really want to make sure that our students are equipped and ready, as well as focusing on praxis resources, which, if you don't know, in order to get your standard teaching license or to become a teacher in the classroom, you do have to take standardized tests, and we have to get you ready for that. That's our job, right? And then as far as real world experience, while you're going through these programs, we have to align you and get you in the classroom and get you super trained and competent and capable and comfortable. And so for our education majors, we have over 850 hours of in-classroom experience. We have mentor, teacher, and site facilitator support. We offer Teach Abroad for our elementary programs and our secondary programs, and exclusively our students are going Teach Abroad in Costa Rica, England, and Ireland. And then if you're going the human resources route, we do offer over 400 plus hours of human services internships for our students. And this is my contact information. Again, I'm Tarshia Adams. I know the screen says Heather, and I apologize, but I'll put this contact information in the chat box. Feel free to contact me if you are interested in UNLV's College of Education, if you have any questions that I can answer for you.
Thank you, UNLV. Our final institution presenting is Study in UK.
Hello, everyone. Just going to share my screen here so I can see my presentation. And I'm having some internet connection issues today, so I apologize if I cut at any time. The joys of working from home. Okay, so we're going to talk about studying in UK today, and I'm going to give a kind of brief overview of some programs that might be of interest to you, as we work with over 100 schools in the UK, so we can offer you basically any program undergraduate. So I'll introduce you to the company. We'll talk a little bit about the UK. Yeah.
Hello, Heidi. Hello, everyone. It looks like Study in UK was having a few technical difficulties. We'll give them another minute or so to see if they're able to rejoin us. In the meantime, I'd like to invite our panelists to join me on video. Oh, wait, just a minute. Hello, Heidi, do we have you?
Okay, sorry about that. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yeah, am I back? Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back. Turning off your video might help with your bandwidth while you have your screen up.
Sounds good. Okay, do I still have a few minutes to finish the presentation or have we moved on?
No, you're good. Please go ahead.
Okay, thank you. All right, sorry guys. Okay, so let's look at some of the universities that we offer. So you might see that these universities offer a range of programs, including, we've heard about education today, liberal arts, law, and then basically everything you can imagine, as well as the usual kind of history and so on. So how do you apply? Well, they do have a program called UCAS, which is used for a lot of the undergraduate or lower entry programs. And then they do have direct applications as well. We assist with both. And we help you with creating a strong application through reviews to assist you with applying before January at the latest to have the best chance of getting offers. So entry requirements, there's a vast range of entry requirements depending on the program and the university you're looking at. So these are just some kind of mid-range general entry requirements, but we can certainly match you up based on your grades and test scores. Okay, so top programs we questions about US students, law is a big one. Law is cute and we can help you with also more the counseling side, national relations, politics, development, all this, arts, even fine arts, actually we can assist you with that application. Over in Northern Ireland, specifically work with the North American population. So we know where the students are going, where they're applying, and how we can assist you with your ensure that you get into a university that is a fit for you. I am so sorry. Let me just pop my contact details in the chat for everyone because I don't want to take up any more of your time. But essentially, if you're looking for a UK degree, we can help you with that. So I'll send everybody my contact details in the chat and we'll move on. Sorry, guys.
Awesome. Thank you, Heidi. I would like to go ahead and invite the rest of our panelists to join me on video. We have a couple of minutes for a brief Q&A. All right, so my first question is, what is a myth you would like to debunk about the college admissions process?
Excuse me. I guess I'll go ahead and get started. A friend of mine who actually works for the University of New Mexico, he came up with a saying, we're in the office of admission, not in the office of rejection. So some students are intimidated to reach out to us or to seek help, But really, that's why I got in this role. My brother was a big influence in me and going to college. I might not have gone to college if it wasn't for my brother's help and, helping me find the right fit for me. So that's what we're all here for. Ultimately, we're here to be of a resource to you. So please don't hesitate to reach out to any of us if you're considering any of our schools. We want to help you the best that we can. So that would be my advice.
Yeah, if I can jump in, thanks, Daisha. In terms of applying to UK schools, we get a lot of questions about the personal statement, which is really your kind of equivalent of your essay when you're applying. However, we do expect it is written differently to the essay, and so a lot of students for us find that quite daunting. I just want to reassure you all that don't worry too much about the personal statement. Go on the UCAS website. I'll post this in the chat for you. This is the UK application system that myself and Heidi were talking about. There are loads of resources, lots of hints and tips on the personal statement, lots of different examples on the UCAS website about how to write a good personal statement as well. So please don't be put off when you see that. The terminology is obviously different. The kind of writing style is a little bit different as well, but as I say, take advantage of all of those resources for you.
Yeah, that's, sorry.
I just like to add next. I'm sorry, I think we both were talking at the same time. I'm sorry, I just like to add next to answer that question. One of, I think for me, is that college is unattainable, right? I was a first generation college student from a low income background. And if it wasn't for making that connection with my admissions counselor and really just telling them what I have going on, like nothing is embarrassing. Don't be embarrassed about your background. If you come from a low income background or a first generation college student, or if you just don't understand, or your parents don't understand, or your guardians don't understand, do not be embarrassed. That is what we are here for. We want to know all of that stuff because we're like, okay, how can we service you? How can we help you with this? Oh, from my experiences is I know about this scholarship, or I know about that avenue. So definitely connect with your admissions counselors and your admissions professional and tell them about yourself so we can figure out how to best service you, because that is our job. That is what we want to do. We want to get you in college. We want to make sure that you have all the necessary resources available to you, but we won't know that if you don't share it. So don't be embarrassed. It is attainable. You can get there.
My colleagues are very articulate about this. I'd just like to echo what they've said. And, please reach out and talk to us, especially at a place like Bishop's, which is so small. It's very easy to have time for prospective students who'd like to have a chat.
Yeah, and just to add onto that, I think don't let the cost feel daunting or count you out from applying to any specific school. Go ahead and apply. Like everyone's been saying, continue to connect with us and we can help you find the resources to pay for the institution that you want to attend.
Utilize the resources that are available to you. So all of us here on the panel are here to help, to answer your questions, to make sure that you get access to the resources you need to be successful. So don't be scared to reach out and don't hesitate to ask those questions. If it's sitting in your mind, question too. So we can definitely.
All right, everyone, we are at time for today's event. I am going to share with you just a couple of more closing notes. So thank you to all of our panelists for sharing with us today. Thank you to all of our attendees who were able to participate. When you close this window, there will be a link to a very quick 5-question survey. We appreciate any feedback you can provide. We encourage you to check back on the website, college2career.org, to view the recording of today's session, as well as recordings for any other sessions you may have missed today. Thank you for joining us, and we hope you have a wonderful evening.